Hey there, everyone. So I am going to be doing hopefully some weekly drops of videos on Friday to just get you guys more understanding of your system and how to optimize it. So for right now, we're going to learn about forms and how we can upgrade those. So forms are under sites and then forms and then builder. And this is where you could actually link your thank you page right after your website form is, submitted. So you would go into one of these forms here and just kind of reviewing each element here. So I'm going to start with the options because this is where a lot of the information is that we don't normally play around with that could be, beneficial to you guys. So I get the question a lot of the time, how do I change this name when I'm creating a form? And it's actually under options and then website form name. So we can update that here. The next thing is what I was talking about with the thank you page. Right now it's just set to a basic message, which is right here, and you can always edit that message upon a client submission. But you can always have it linked to a URL, which would be like a landing page or a thank you page, which I think is really cool as well. If you want to keep the aesthetic of your business going, have, maybe a thank you page that lists like your social medias, why they should book with you versus somebody else, common Q&As, things like that. So think this is a really cool feature here, and you can go from there. You can play with the font color and everything right here if this is something you're just wanting to play with the message. But like I said, if you want to throw your URL in there for a thank you page or a redirect page, you can always do it here under options. Another thing that I recently have been learning a little bit more about is the Facebook Pixel ID here. So a lot of you will have this and know about this. If you don't, it's no biggie. Just do some research on your end, and I'm happy to help when I can. But the Facebook Pixel ID is kind of just your tracking and your Facebook tracking. What we recommend if you are creating a new form here is to put this one as page view. And then if it's a submission for like a new lead, you can always put lead in here. And then you can create that and then go from there. A lot of people already have their website has their Facebook Pixel ID integrated here, which is why this one, which is on our end, is how it is. So that's why it's not filled out here. But you can always add it there as well. Next up is just kind of, these are the basics of, putting and creating a form. So as we know, if we want to know their country, we just drag that over. And if not, we can just take it out by Xing out there. And then if you have a question on here and you're wanting to change the verbiage of it, you just click on it and then you would be able to edit the field right here. The placeholder is what's actually popping up in here. And then you can actually put it as required. Some people have hidden fields for like tracking purposes. And, say you have two different locations and it's kind of naming which location it is and everything like that. So super cool. Make sure you are always saving your form here. If you're ever wanting to integrate your form and put it on your website, the way that you would do that is, go to integrate form here. And I always just, recommend looking at these two options. You have the embedded code and then you also have the copy form link. If you're ever wanting to build a form and you just want to review it, you would just do open form link here and you can kind of see what it's looking like. Make sure that it is all fitting in the area and that the required fields have stars and go from there. So next thing here is just the styling. This is not something that I commonly recommend messing with unless you're a tech wizard like some people are. But this is where if you wanted to play with the styling and, just how things are looking, you could do this here under styles. Last thing here is the custom fields. So if you haven't done an onboarding with me or aren't familiar with custom fields, you can always add a special question like we have here with a custom field ad. So this is really a cool feature because there's a lot of different options here. One of them I like if you have like multiple locations for your business or different types of photography, different types of services, whatever it may be, is this drop down option. As you see here, this is just a single line for people to put in like phone number, what it may be. This would be like if you have, you're needing like a paragraph or so from them. Lots of different really cool options in here. Even have a signature option. We have where clients can upload files for you on your end, and they can actually select dates. So a lot of like wedding photographers will put the date picker on their information to be able to see what day their wedding's going to be, to see if they have availability. But just to build one of these and play with it for right now, I'm going to do the drop down single. And I guess you could do multiple as well. I honestly always just start with single and go from there. The field name, this is going to be the same for all of them. And you just kind of type in your question here and, what you're wanting the information to be. So maybe which location are you interested in? And then the group is something I'm actually going to show you here in a moment under custom values. Or custom fields, sorry. But for right now, and you can always just add it to like general or additional. This one is actually a pretty good question that you should, be asking if you have different locations, but then you could type in different locations here. So really cool. You just keep adding and then you would save. This will populate over here. As you can see, we've created multiple custom fields throughout this template account that we have here. And I'm just going to update this to have that one that I just brought over. Again, going into custom fields, and then which location are you interested in? And you can see there that it has that drop down option. And then if I want to be required, I would turn on that required. So pretty cool features in here that techie people will love to learn about. And then also it's just great for everyone to know to optimize their business. So something that is also really great in the sense of this, I don't want to save that because I've just been playing with it. But if you go into settings and you go into custom fields, these are where all your custom fields are. Custom fields are actually located, and you can view all of these under the client's conversation and contact information. So for me, if I was starting my account, I would get, build off of this and do like, website form, add a folder for this. And what you can do, so say we have extra client feedback, or whatever the folder is that we're wanting it to have. So just kind of showing you, as you add it here, you can add different fields, and we'll just do like a test here so I can kind of show you. You're going to have to pick the group here, doing extra field, and then we're just going to do test for the placeholder as well. And now you can see you have like different questions in different areas here and in different folders. Keep that nice and clean. And what you can do is, if you're in conversations, this is where you will actually see this information. So if I'm in conversations, I always like to switch over to the contacts tab actually. And this is where you can view everything. Give this a moment to load here, and then we're going to scroll down, and let me close these because this is actually kind of what it looks like. So these are now all of the different folders that we had under the custom fields, which are specific to each client. So if a client updates this information on a form or what it may be, it's going to come in here. So this is why sometimes when people do contracts in MarketSurge and it's under additional information, they'll see all of these different custom values in here. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know what you want to learn about next, and we'll go from there. Have a great weekend, everyone.